Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is the Wednesday check-in. It is November 11th, 2020. I'm sorry, November 12th, 2025. And isn't it a interesting time to be alive? If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. Then go on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. And check out hellocupcakeitsme.com and give it some love. Follow me on TikTok for TikTok Tuesdays, which is just a little 10-minute segment that I do over there once a week. And follow me on all the different social medias and check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto 365 Daily Affirmations, found at www.cdsthebook.com. So how are you? I have been dealing with people who are obnoxiously loud and very, very wrong about what they're being loud about. And, there's been a lot in the news lately and a lot happening with SNAP benefits being shut down, and then some states getting them, some states not getting them, the USDA saying to hold off, this one saying that it's okay, whatever, blah, blah, and everything in between, right? So, from that has spouted a bunch of just stupidity and rhetoric. But, a lot of people post things that they think that they know, especially when it comes to government programs, low income programs, what mental health and illness is or is not. And, there are some days that I just don't have the bandwidth to deal with that stupidity. And then there are some times when I'm like, you know what, today I got the time. First and foremost, I am glad, ecstatic, overjoyed, like rapturous, whatever you want to say about the fact that Kim Davis got shut down again, and is a big middle finger to her and her big ass forehead, and just that woman is everything that is wrong with religion and the world, and especially politics right now. And so when I saw that got overturned, I was so freaking happy, like that they were just like, bitch, we are done with you, off to the side. But y'all know that I'm a mental health advocate, I'm a mental health author, and I study psychology and mental health. And when I see people getting on comment sections, especially when it's comment sections revolving around the LGBTQIA plus community, talking about how, this or that or whatever is a mental illness. And it's like, no, boo boo, it's not. We used to think that was the case, but, medicine, technology, and understanding of the human psyche has catapulted us past that. So, no. And, when I make statements on the internet, especially to on people's posts, I come with receipts. I don't like pull up articles from Fox or MSNBC or what the hell ever. I'm like going to Psychology Today, the Mayo Clinic. I'm pulling up information from Cambridge. I'm pulling up information from Harvard. I'm pulling up information from multiple different sources, both within the United States and outside of the United States. and also using the MSD5 or the MDS5. Yeah, I think it's MDS5. Anyways, which is the handbook that all psychologists, all counselors, all mental health professionals refer to. It's like the Bible for mental health. And I'll even pull out passages directly from there. I'm opening up my handbook and I'm just like, yep, here it is right here, blah blah. I've even gone as far as to download it to my phone so that I could do quick searches of it and not have to have the physical copy on hand. But, you know, I guess that's the difference between somebody who is educated and somebody who thinks that they're educated. I don't know. Um, and I don't claim to be the guru or the all knowing Pumbaa of whatever. It's just, your racism and bigotry are showing, and it doesn't go well with this outfit. So, um, when I haven't been dealing with that over the last week or so, I've really just been diving head first into doing my day to day exercise routines and just trying to take care of these four walls that I pay for. And just focusing on my mental health, physical health, and like I said, just getting by from second to minute to hour to day to week. Thankfully, my mental health has been pretty damn stable. A little bit of low grade depression here and there, but able to snap out of it really, really fast. And just being thankful and grateful, you know? Um, and one thing that I have said multiple times on this channel is that I'm an open book, and that's just it. Like, I am an open book. So I I talk about my mental health. I talk about my suicide ideation. I talk about my struggles financially, mentally, romantically, like day to day, whatever. Um, and I want people to understand that it is a safe space here on my channel or any of my platforms to just talk about whatever is going on in your universe. But one of some of the fitness challenges that I am currently enrolled in is I am doing one for Day of the Dead, and I am just over my required amount of movement for that. And then I started up another one called A Million Meals. And for every person who joins, and they do 10 uh 10 1 mile things, like tracking activities inside of their Run America app, you provide is it 1 meal or 10 meals for every mile? It's something like that. But it only goes until November 26th. But if you would like to join, there's going to be a link down below. All you need to do is join, download the app, and count your steps, and you then get a meal donated to people during the holidays who are really struggling to not only feed themselves but their families. And if you're already walking at work, or you're getting your loops, you're closing your rings or whatever it is that you're doing, why not make it go to something that is a good cause? So like I said, I will put a link to that down in the description before all the other stuff. So yeah, I've been noticing a lot of changes physically. Um, it feels, I'm not sure if this is actually true, but it feels like my sides are starting to come in a little bit. Like I'm having hips, like I can feel things that I haven't felt before in like my abdominals area. Looking at my legs, before they used to be very wide, and now they're looking a little bit more narrow. Still got the bingo wing going on, but not as much. I don't have any of that like sunk in tissue, like that cellulite tissue anywhere that I am able to see, but I'm noticing that my clothes are fitting different and that my rings, especially, they keep sliding off and I have like these little circular plastic things in there to like hold them into place because, well, I really noticed the thinning in my fingers, and I've also noticed that some of my facial features are starting to thin out some. So there are some like yay moments for me, and I'm doing a mile a day in walking, and then I am also swimming, and then just my daily movement. So every night I post a screenshot of my all the apps that I use and my calculations and where I'm at for whatever thing that I'm going toward. So yeah, I was hoping that my new medal would be here by the time that I started the video, but it looks like it's not going to be here until closer to 1. And as of right now, it's um, 10 minutes till 10. So we'll. I'll just have to debut it come Saturday. But yeah, for the most part, today is a 0 day. I'm not going to be pushing myself to go for a walk or do much of anything. I do have 2 doctor's appointments later on this afternoon. One of them is a mental health appointment, and then the other one is a chiropractic appointment. I'm going to tell him, listen, I need you to like work extensively on my lower back, especially in the sides and kidney area, and also like maybe see if he can do some kind of a foot adjustment or something like that, because my right foot right now is in a lot of pain. And I don't know if it's pain due to neuropathy or if it's pain due to exercising. All I know is there is pain there. And if he can adjust it and like maybe adjust my shoulders, that's going to be amazing. Um, I really like this doctor, but the copay is really hard for me to come up with. And I try to throw as much money at my copay because I'm allowed to pay for future visits at the time of my original visit. And so whenever I show up, I always try to put in extra time or extra money. My copay is only $8 a visit. And I know a lot of you might be all like, well, it's just fucking $8. You're going to spend that on a coffee. Well, I haven't had a Starbucks or whatever in several months. I haven't gone to my usual local coffee stand in even longer than that. So, I only do little special things for myself when I have the money. And coffee right now just is not one of those things that I feel that I need. Plus, I was also drinking so much caffeine that it was starting to give me nosebleeds. And that's not a good thing either. Like, I either do just a little bit of caffeine, or I do like a Colombian drug lord's amount of caffeine. And yeah, but anyways, um, I'm feeling good, like I said, about the progresses that I'm making, and taking a couple of different classes right now. Still in the process of doing my gap training for my certified peer counseling, and there's also the probability of holding a mental health talk at the local YMCA or other affiliated um, locations. And I was talking to the activities director and just telling her like a little bit of my story or whatever, and just kind of opening up about who I am outside of just, hi, I'm here, scan my card, go on about my business. Um, and she said that she would probably be interested in trying to host something like that. So yesterday I sat down and I put together a proposal idea, and then I put together an entire speech packet and mental health exercises and everything else. And I'm really happy with how it came out. And the thing about me, when I am in the process of talking and I have written bullet points in front of me, a lot of times I steer away from what I have on paper. I'll just look down and get like a general idea, and sometimes I'll read directly from the paper, or I will just talk off of the cuff of my sleeve. Sometimes I do a little bit of both. So it'd be like, resilience and mental neuroplasticity and me. What does this mean? And then I would go into talking about neuroplasticity and, how the ups and downs and this and that affects one another, and how, if you're doing XYZ or feeling this way or that way, how that invokes your sympathetic nerve systems and causes this, that, and the other thing. Gets really technical, and I try to break it down into plain English for people. Um, Even though I have the education and I have the forthwith and the knowledge of actually using the clinical terms, a lot of people don't want to hear the jargon. They just want the message, like, get to the point. And so I always approach whoever I'm talking to um, on a very basic per diem level. So if, they have never been into counseling themselves, then I'm not going to use clinical terms or terms that I know of as a person who is going through mental health help. And there might be some of you that are just like, well, if you are an advocate and you are supposed to be a peer counselor, why are you in mental health? Like, why are you a client? And your therapist goes to a therapist, and their therapist goes to a therapist. And so, I don't work with an agency. Part of the fact that I am on SSDI or whatever means that I can no longer work in the workforce, but I can obtain knowledge. And when I do talks or symposiums, or just talking to people at random, I don't charge for that, and I don't make any money off of that. It's just me expelling information, and whatever you do with that information is what you do with that information. So it's it's an interesting process, and something that um, I'm kind of scared of, but at the same time, I really feel like I need to do this, especially within my community right now, because there are so many just issues within the community that I live in that cover a wide variety and a wide range of topics and issues and isms. So we'll see if this actually takes place. And if it does, I'm going to try to get it recorded so that I can use it for my own purposes, but to also share on here or Instagram, Facebook, wherever I decide to post that, or maybe directly to my mental health website. I'm not sure. So, anyways, guys, I think that is about it. So, yeah. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the comments section down below. I would love to hear what you have to say, what you have to think, some suggestions. What is it that you do when you are feeling depressed or in a manic episode or whatever else? Put that in the comment sections down below. Or if you don't want it to be public, shoot me an email, hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. Otherwise, just remember you're doing the best you can with what you have available to you. And in a world full of Karens, be somebody who cares in the world. And until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.